Al is a word meaning God. Lah is the name of the first God. Akbar is the name of the wife of Allah, which is the Son God. But going back to our story, Al-Uzza, it have roots. It exists not only in the Arabian Peninsula, it's spread all over, and the name Allah is coming all the way from Persia, from Syria, from Turkey now. All these areas, they worship a God. He is the moon God. You know, what was dominating the earth is two gods. The ones who live in the cold area, usually, they worship the sun. Those who live in the desert where the sun is scary, they hate the sun. They worship the moon. And in order to avoid the anger of either one, they start worshiping the moon god who married the sun god who have three daughters. And the three daughters now, they are mix of the element of the earth, the water, the air, and the dirt. The three daughters of Allah is the one who combine the kindness of Allah as a moon god at night, don't burn us, and the strength of the sun, which is still we need. So this is why the three daughters, they become the intercession of the believers. And this is why, and I'm sure you heard of Muhammad receiving satanic verses, correct? Do you know it?
I heard about it once, but
What the satanic verses? Muhammad, he claimed that Shaitan, he gave him verses that the three daughters of Allah, their intercession is a must to ask for.
Can you show me? Where is this mentioned?
Yeah, we can, you know, if we go right now here, you know, if we go to the story of Al-Gharaniq.
Is it the hadith or is it mentioned Quran?
No, this is, if you go to An-Najm, you will see the following. 53, verse number 1. Your prophet was reciting the chapter of An-Najm. وَالنَّجْمُ إِذَا هَوَى. Let us see if we can find... So if we go and read the following, let us go to this verse here first. Then we will go to the interpretation. But this is supposedly Muhammad was reciting An-Najm, but the verse about it is mentioned in different place, in chapter 22, verse number 52. Yeah, never we send any messenger, prophet before you, but when he recite revelation, Shaitan, he cast some falsehood in it. So the Quran confirm that Shaitan, he gave Muhammad satanic verses. So let's go first to chapter 22, verse number 52.
Wait a minute, I want to, let me read it again.
Oh, I will go back, no problem. And that would lead us, what was really the religion of Muhammad, and Muhammad was one of the worshippers of the three daughters of Allah. So if we go and read here, this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. All right. So one day, the Prophet who sat with the congregation of Quraysh, which attract a huge number of its members, and he wished that Allah, so listen to this, Muhammad, he prayed to Allah that Allah will give him something today to recite, and that recitation will make the people of Quraysh agree with him. So do you understand what he wished for? He wished that Allah, the Exalted, does not reveal to him on that day anything that might repeal them. So what he want him? He want Allah to recite to him, to give him something would make the Arab pagan like what he is saying. This is what Muhammad prayed to Allah for. And then Allah, he revealed to him the surah of An-Najm. By the star, the chapter I showed you, chapter 53. The messenger of Allah, Allah pray on him, not pleased with him, recited until when he reached to the point where he says, have you thought upon Allat and Al-Uzza and Manat the third, the other? The devil put in his tongue what he had secretly wished. Secretly wished. Did you see what it says? Secretly wished, and hoped for, and said, these are the mighty grants, the gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. Therefore, when Quraysh they heard this, they were very pleased, because this is what they want. The Quraysh, they worship Allah too. The Quraysh, they go tawaf, they kiss the black stone. Everything, 99% between Muhammad and Quraysh is approved except the daughters of Allah. And today, Muhammad, he praised the daughter of Allah, and not only he praised them, he worshipped them. He said their intercession is hoped for. So when they heard this, all the tribe of Quraysh, they were so pleased, and they recite with him, and they bow, and he bowed down with them. Now we know.
This is it a tafsir by an imam?
This is the book of Asbab al-Nuzul by Imam al-Wahidi. But this is, but you can find this, my friend, you can find this in Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari, Al-Jalalain, Ibn Kathir, everywhere. The same story.
But he is a Muslim himself, I guess, right?
Yeah. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan, my friend.
Yeah.
This is the Kingdom of Jordan. This is the website. Let me give it to you. This is the Kingdom of Jordan. This is not a joke. We can switch to any interpretation you want. We can go to Ibn Kathir. We can go to Al-Qurtubi. We can go to Al-Tabari.
I believe you, but it just makes no sense that an imam himself would I mean, this is when it's true, or if we are just take it explicitly like this, it's talking bad about the messenger, right?
Exactly. But you see here,
so it makes no sense that a Muslim or an imam himself would talk bad about the messenger. Then he wouldn't be an imam.
He's not talking bad. All the Muslims agree. Now the Muslims, in order to solve this problem, they deny it. But as you see, their imams, they approve it. And then later in Islam, in the history of Islam, the Muslims, they start trying to find solutions, say, we don't believe, because this will be contradiction. The Prophet was protected by Allah. But the Quran says it clearly, Allah will take off what shaitan he throw. So already shaitan he throw. And these details, as you see, is written by the Muslims, not by the Jews. This is, as example here, Tafsir al-Jalalain. You know,
I mean, this makes even it more so not making sense.
But what I'm telling you now, we are trying to connect the dots together between the moon god, Allah, the temple of Al-Makkah, which we showed you, it is located in Yemen, which is the temple of the moon god, the Yemeni corner, the black stone, the three daughters of Allah, and now let us show you the sun god. In the Quran, it mentioned clearly that Abraham, he worshipped the sun.
Where is it mentioned in the Quran?
When Abraham worshipped the sun, what he called the sun? He called it Akbar. فلما رأى الشمس بازغة قال هذا ربي هذا أكبر. Do you see it?
But it doesn't mean that he's worshipping the sun.
No, he said, this is my God. He said, this is my God, this is Akbar.
No, yes, he says this, but okay, we can see here, or can read here, okay, he saw the sun rising up, and then he begins to pray. But it doesn't mean that he prays to the sun.
No, he said, this is my God.
Where does he say, this is my God?
It's in front of you. When he saw the sun rising, he said, this is my God. This is Akbar. And the name of his God, Akbar.
Kind of far-stretched interpretation. I don't know.
What interpretation?
That, okay, it says, this is my law. Yeah. So basically, he could also mean, this is my Lord's doing. Yeah. Rising.
What is no? He was up. My friend, why you are not listening? Abraham, he saw the moon. He said, this is my God. He worshipped the moon. He saw a planet before it. He saw it. He said, this is my God. So he started worshiping a star first. Then he switched to worship the moon. And then he switched to worship Akbar.
Also what I can read here, read the full passage of the.
My friend,
read the full passage.
Do you want me? Yeah, I don't know. You see, you wanna, I don't know. You know, it's obvious. Anyone? Okay, what is your language? What is your language? You said German. Should I switch to German language?
You can switch to German. I've read this passage.
Okay.
And it's all
in
about,
German. In German, it doesn't say that Abraham, he worshipped the moon and we worship the sun.
Yeah, just read the whole passage and also what's after. Then it's clear that he means all this creation.
What do you understand? Did Abraham worship the moon?
No.
No? Okay.
He worshipped it as a creation of God.
No. How you can worship it as a God, a creation of God? No, he called it, this is my God. He said, Hada Rabbi, this is my God.
Yes, I know. I can read it. I can read.
Okay, listen. But what interpretation you like me to show you?
No, don't just read the passage after that.
So listen, I am telling you, this is what it's mean. If the interpretation agree with you, then you are right.
He was basically he was looking for God.
No, he worshipped the sun. He worshipped the moon, and he called the sun. Oh boy, listen! I thought you are a decent person, and you want to play games. But look what's happening now.
No, I don't play games. So why you assume that I play games?
So what about we go and see the interpretation for the verse made by the scholars?
Okay. Let's read the interpretation.
677. Let us see. This is 6, and this is 77. Read it.
And when he saw the moon uprising, he exclaimed, "This is my Lord." Could this be my Lord? This is bigger than the first one. When it said, he said, "Unless my Lord guide me, unless my Lord makes me firm on guidance, I surely shall become one of the folk who are astray from guidance."
Okay. So now they are adding things that are not there. So this is my Lord, this is my God. What is the God? The moon. Then he switched to the verse after it. Or we can go to the verse before it if you want. Where he saw the planet and he said, this is my God. Read it. And now it named it for you which planet too. It says Venus. When the night grew dark upon him, in the hole, he beheld a star, the planet Venus. He said, this is my God. And then they add here, could this be my God? But when it's set, he don't like because it's set. This whole story is stupid. But as you see, he is worshipping Venus.
So basically for me, it means that he is looking for God.
He is worshipping already Venus. He did. And
he's asking,
this is addition. This is not in the Quran. Could he be my God? No, this is not in the Quran. He already said, no, he already said, this is my Lord. He didn't say, could this be my God? He said, this is my God. Let me change for you to translate the interpretation. He worship for real. So when the night descend, when it dark become upon him, he saw a star, said to be Venus, and said to his people who were astrologers, this is my God, as you are wont to claim. But when it's set, when this appear, he says, I love not those who said. The story is so silly. It looked like Abraham. He never saw that the sun set and rise and the planet, they go up and down. And now suddenly he don't like the one who disappear. So the story is very childish. But what I'm showing you here, that Abraham, according to the Quran, he worshipped 3 objects. One was Venus, one was the moon, and one was the sun. And the sun is the one called Akbar. Akbar. When he saw the sun rising, he said, "This is my Lord, this is Akbar, not a greater." Then the star, and the moon, the masculine demonstrative pronoun, etc. They are explaining Arabic now. And then he says, because predict Rabbi, my Lord. This is explaining about the language. It's not important. And then he says, "O my people, surely I am an innocent from what you associate with God in the way of idols." But here you see already he worshipped the three, and now he decided not to worship the three. But the Quran doesn't tell us how Allah became the God of Abraham. Okay, he worshipped the moon, he worshipped the sun, he worshipped Venus. How Abraham he found Allah? What is the story of Abraham with Allah? And if he don't worship those who disappear, how he will worship the one who he never saw? If the reason not to worship them because they disappear, how he worship the one who never appeared for him? Based on what the verse saying, Abraham will not accept to worship someone come and go. Allah never come, Allah never go. At least the sun and the moon and Venus, they are real. There is no proof of the existence of Allah. But the point I'm showing you here, Abraham, he called his God Akbar. You see, in Arabic, Akbar can be used as a word mean older, bigger in size, greater, not a great, greater, a greater. But you have to put it in a certain sentence of continuous, which means I cannot say Allahu Akbar. Why? Because if I want to say that sentence, I have to add something after it, because Akbar is the same as in English. You say it's bigger. So if I say this person Akbar, I have to add another name of other person after him because I'm comparing. So Akbar is about comparing, is not just you cannot end the sentence with it. As an example, I will copy this word here in front of you. You see the screen, right?
Yes.
And I will go to the Quran and I will type the word, I will post the word Akbar as it is, with no addition. Here, this is Kabira, this is a different word. Here we go. Akbaru indallah. Do you see it? Chapter 22, verse 217. Do you see it? Akbar mean you have to compare to something else. So here it says it is bigger for Allah, but compare about what? About sin.
About the moon.
No, this is about sin now. Here it's about sin. So you are comparing about something, two kind of sin. Which one is the one who is big? As an example, chapter 2, verse number 219. It says here, and it is sin is bigger than it is benefit. So chapter 2, verse number 219, speaking about alcohol. So, but the sin of them is, you see here, it says greater. You see, you have to add than. Do you see it?
Yes.
All right. So Akbar cannot be what the Muslim today they are using as a word meaning greater. Akbar is a name for the God. Because if Akbar means greater, then you have to continue. Greater than who?
So okay, I want one question. For example, in English, you normally say when you do this when you use word like bigger, smaller, and so on, normally additional word like then follows, right?
Yeah.
So example, I am bigger than you, or I am smaller than you, right? This is the normal case. But sometimes when I said, okay, you are Christian Prince and I am smaller, So this also makes sense, but it's
My friend,
technically it's not complete.
But still, you are comparing between two human. So now people, they knew that there is you and there is me, and one is a smaller, one is bigger. That is fine. So where is the second person to compare?
So
When you say
for
Allah
example,
Akbar,
in this,
when you say Allah Akbar, if you are saying if Allah is God, and then you say Akbar, and you are saying that the word Akbar means greater, then you have to compare him to who? If you say greater without saying to anyone, first of all, this is blasphemy against God. Why? The Muslim they
yeah,
say
I see your point.
the Muslim they say you cannot compare Allah to anything, correct?
Yes.
All right.
No, yeah, I see your
But
point.
then Akbar is a compare. If we cannot compare Allah to anything by using the word Akbar by itself is an insult. Allah Akbar from the ant, Allah Akbar from the rat, Allah Akbar. And I mean, this is stupid. So Allah is Akbar from who? You see, is not a great, it is greater, bigger. This is all, either it's about size, either it's about value, it doesn't matter. Still, you are comparing the one who is supposedly God to his own creation. And if we can compare the ability of God to the ability of his creation by saying just Akbar, that means he is not really great. He is just greater. That means the other are great too.
Okay, also can I say something?
All right.
Okay, can you switch back to chapter 6 to this verse 77 when it begins?
Okay.
So basically, I'm reading the German translation, and in German we have 3 articles. That means, for example, in English you only have the, and in German we have 3 articles, der, die, das. Yeah, that is referring to a noun. So for the German, it is very clear that first of all in 77 he's talking about the moon. In 78 he's talking about the sun, and he will say, okay, this is my Lord, and this one, the sun, is bigger.
Okay, wonderful. So the sun is bigger. The sun is bigger from who?
Than the moon.
Thank you.
No, the sun is bigger than the moon.
Wonderful.
Right?
See, but now look what you did. Allah Akbar. Allah is bigger from who?
The sun, or what do you?
Well, so Allah is bigger than the sun? What does that mean?
No, also this is greater. This is greater refers to the moon.
How Allah is
greater than the moon?
I mean, my friend, listen.
No, the sun. The sun is greater than the moon.
In order to compare Allah to the moon, he have to be a planet like the moon. In order to compare Allah, I cannot compare. Can I say Allah is greater than the earth?
Okay, what he's saying is that this is my Lord, right?
Yeah.
This is great. This is greater. So when he looked at the sun, he says, this is greater than the moon. So the sun is greater than the moon.
Wonderful. I'm going with you. So when we say Allah is Akbar, Allah is greater than who?
Than the moon. According to those 2 passages. But when you read 79,
focus with me. Focus. As long we agree, that the word Akbar is about either size or value, but it's about compare. Do we agree?
Okay, I agree.
Okay, so we cannot stop. We cannot say Allah Akbar. We have to compare. Where is the rest of the sentence? If I want to say Allah is Akbar, I have to say Akbar from the moon, Akbar from the star, Akbar from the sky. I have to mention, I'm comparing to the statement of the Quran is very cut. So Allah Akbar, Akbar from who? You should say something. The only way, the only reason for it, it doesn't have anything behind it, because this is a name. It is not a word to compare. Otherwise, if it's a compare, we have to add something behind it. So I say this apple bigger than this apple. I cannot say this apple bigger without saying bigger than what?
Why do you think Muslims say Allah Akbar?
It's not. They are not saying Allahu Akbar. They say Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Who in Arabic mean wa. Allah and Akbar. When the new Quran is written, the wow, there is a guy who he came with those. Do you see those things in the Arabic here? Those vowels in the top and dots, you know, those they will not exist. They never been exist. So now we have something called Dhamma. So he make Allahu, and he took the wow and he make a Dhamma. But in reality, there's a letter, it's called wa, which means and. So Allah and Akbar. So Tawheed in Islam is unifying the God of the moon God, Allah, which is not Allah, by the way, it is La, and Akbar. So if you go in the first chapter in the Quran, or let us say, you know, when Muhammad is start mentioning first time the word Rahman as an example. You will see that the word Rahman here, you see the way I'm writing the word Rahman? The Muslim, they write it differently now. They try to, you know, to manipulate the sentence. If I type the word Bism, just to show you how the Quran is a changed big deal in Arabic. Do you see how the word Bism here?
Yeah.
Do you see how the word Rahman here?
Yeah.
Do you see here, if you zoom with me, let me see, make a click in it. If I can zoom more. Do you see here there's a little tiny column in the middle of in the top? Do you see it? That is Alif. They changed the way they write the word. They fabricate a new Quran. Do you see the word Bism here? In Arabic, there is no such a word. It is Bi'ism. Bi'ism. So if I go now, type the same word again, but in the correct way, I will find this. Do you see even it's not coming? Let us see, hold on. Look at this. Look at this. This is the correct way to say Bi'ism. There's no Bism. Never exists in Arabic. So they deleted a letter from the Quran word Bism just for the sake of singing the Quran. So when they sing the Quran, Bismillah, so it doesn't sound right. So what they do? They corrupt their book and they took the word Bi'ism and they make it Bism. Even Muslim scholars agree that this is what happened. The Alif, the letter A, is totally deleted. Same way they did with the Rahman. The Rahman, Ar-Rahman, they took the Alif, they make it small, they write it down. So now what the Muslim they do, when they do mathematical miracle, they don't calculate those numbers. I don't know if you heard the miracle of number 19. So they don't calculate the correct numbers of those letters. As an example, there's each one, you see those, do you see this here in the top of Allah, there is like a little knife, sharp knife, small one. Can you see it?
Yeah.
That is Shadda, which means there's two letters here. Each time you see it in the screen, that means there's two letters, not one. That will make them 24, 25 letters instead of 19. So the Muslim, they fabricate everything, they change everything. But what I want from you today to know with me, the word Allah is not the name of the God of Islam. Allah is two words. A-L in Arabic mean that. The. A-L, the. But in the old Aramaic language, A-L is a word meaning God, even in Hebrew. Even in Hebrew. So Israel used to be called Israel, not Israel. Mikael used to be called Mikael, not Mikael. All the names. El was Al. El is the new Hebrew. Al is the old Hebrew. El is the old Aramaic. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allah here appear, as you see, as Muslim they know it always. But this is not the name. It is two words, A-L, which mean God, and Lah. Look what happened in the second verse. Alhamdulillah. Li, lah. You cannot delete letters from the name if it is a name. I cannot delete the letter M from the name of Muhammad. I cannot delete.
Okay.
I cannot delete.
Okay.
I can delete only letters if they are addition to the word. So Alhamdulillah, that is the name of the Muslim God. Lah.
Okay. Also, can I say something?
So
Because
hold on, let me finish my. So now let us.
Okay.
So now when the Muslims they say Allahu Akbar, they are saying Al, which means God, La, and Akbar. God, La, Akbar, and the letter between them is Wa. Allahu Akbar. Al is a word meaning God. La is the name of the first God. Akbar is the name of the wife of Allah, which is the son God. Go ahead.
Okay.